What happened on Landman? Here's our recap of Season 2, Episode 8. Oil drama, loneliness, a gambling trip, and physical therapy in a pool with a stripper. Just another week on the patch. The following story contains spoilers for Landman Season 2, Episode 8. Handsome touched me. How much are you willing to lose before you win? That seems to be the question facing the women of Landman in this episode. And it's weighing on them heavily. They're looking intensely at what's in front of them, the cost-benefit analysis calculating before their very eyes. And that intensity comes off, at least to Tommy Norris, Billy Bob Thornton, a little scary. Or as he mutters to himself after passing a silent but screamingly angry lawyer Rebecca, Kayla Wallace. I don't know what's in the water these fucking women are drinking. I'm scared to go home tonight. It turns out he has no reason to worry. But Rebecca, now she's worrying about real stuff, life stuff, having just been told off by her geologist hunk Charlie, Guy Burnett, once he doesn't bend to her will. What a lonely woman you're going to be, he says. Wow, not something you say to a woman, let alone your coworker who you also happen to be banging. Even if it is true, and she, so cold and severe up to this point, admits she thinks it is true. It's her most vulnerable moment to date, actress Kayla Wallace's stony face turning to emotional putty. I'm mad too, honey, but goddamn, Tommy says by way of cheering her up, sort of. Rebecca is sulking on the company Gulf Stream, as one does, because Charlie's words hurt. But she still has plenty of time to prove him wrong. She's already proven to be much more than the tightly wound walking corporate mandate we made her out to be. She can get drunk on a private jet and have messy sex with a scientist. Who knows what else she's capable of? With any luck, she and Wallace will show us in due time. The audacity of touching Demi Moore. Emerson Miller. Who else is feeling lonely and pissed and in desperate need of a win? Cammy Demi Moore. She looks like she's winning, of course, in a coat that could be more expensive than my annual income. But her friends won't call her back. She guesses they don't want a rich widow around their husbands. So she's eating lunch, drinking, by herself at a fancy restaurant bar when a very handsome, I would say rich-looking, but this is her story, man sidles up next to her and touches her face. This sends Cammy into a makeup-smearing tailspin in the bathroom worthy of another, Oscar-nominated, Demi Moore performance in The Substance. It's a full-on meltdown. But we don't know why. It was a violation of physical boundaries with a stranger, but a fairly minor one. Was it the sheer audacity of hitting on her? Or the unsolicited reminder that she's alone, a rich widow, her rich female friends are scared of? Or that, underneath it all, despite having more than $200 million in assets in a trust that she couldn't possibly spend in this lifetime, she wants more? Whatever is driving Cammy mad, Moore is doing some of the finest acting of her career on Paramount freaking Plus. Emmys, are you watching? Emerson Miller. So Cammy asserts her power in a meeting with Tommy, Rebecca, and handsome geologist who tells off Rebecca. The geologist is ostensibly here to talk Cammy down from the $400 million drill to appease the insurance company. Because, well, there's only a 10% chance that they'll actually find the gas they're trying to drill into. MTEX Oil has a 90% chance of losing $400 million, at which point litigation with the insurance company will look rosy. But handsome geologist does his whole geology thing, rhapsodizing about the trillions that lie below the surface of the ocean, waiting for them. If they can find it.so, she makes her decision. Drill, baby, drill. She won't go down as just the rich widow. She's willing to make gambles. Even her ex-husband Monty, remember when John Hamm was on this show, wouldn't touch. When Tommy offers that she could just sell and sit by the pool with Cabana Boys all day, she sets him straight. I don't want Cabana Boys, Cammy says. I want success. Get that for me. And Tommy is bummed to hear this pep talk, because it means he's almost certainly out of a job once MTEX goes under. So he goes behind his boss's back and straight to El Jeef, quite literally, venture capitalist and cartel leader Galeno, Andy Garcia, hoping that once he tells him the loan to MTEX will likely never be paid back, Galeno will cancel the funding. But Galeno won't back out on his deal to Cammy, he tells Tommy. More to the point, the loan is guaranteed by royalties that will pay out regardless. If Cammy goes down, she'll go down alone. But maybe she won't. Either way, Tommy correctly identifies the instinct driving her to make a seemingly reckless business decision. It's called wildcatting, Tommy explains. Drilling on a hunch. Dreaming it out of the ground. Let it ride. Emerson Miller. Tommy doesn't have reason to worry, as I said. Because his woman, the endlessly optimistic Angela, Ollie Larder, stays winning no matter what. In her volunteer work at the retirement center, how did this job start, anyway? She and daughter Ainsley round up the seniors and their nurse to hit the casino. They come in tow with $10,000 in cash from none other than Tommy, who's promised Saturday sex in return. Angela finds time on the road to give the nurse, Margaret Deidre Chanel, a makeover. She smudges on eyeliner and cuts up the hospital scrubs into a crop top out of a Y2K era Britney music video. Voila, Margaret is now hot nurse, and her husband is more than appreciative when she gets home. Once at the casino, led to the roulette table where the male seniors are quickly losing their money, Angela doesn't sweat. She bets it all on black and loses. Then loses again. And again. Let it ride, she says over and over. Let it ride. And then she wins. And wins again and again. And suddenly that $10,000 from Tommy becomes over $300,000 in cash that she brings home and plunks on the table, a fortune just sitting there, as she makes hot dogs for dinner for everyone. Tommy looks very, very pleased. Maybe not as pleased as T.L. Sam Elliott, who, thanks to Tommy's imaginative scheming, is enjoying physical therapy for his ailing body, provided in the pool by a local stripper. But still very pleased. Notes from the patch. Emerson Miller Cooper, Jacob Laughlin, is nearly absent from this episode, and Ariana, Paulina Chavez, is entirely absent. More Patch Cafe, please. Here's hoping the stripper turned physical therapist is a repeat player. TL could use some bliss late in life. Point 1 episode after saying he's going to enjoy life, Tommy is looking like he's on the cusp of heart failure. Ainsley describing Angela. She's like a superhero if superheroes wore Tom Ford. Not wrong. All praise to Ollie Larder, who brings nothing but delight to this show. I admit that, like Angela, I had no idea what your base means. But now I can confidently say she's based. As is Ollie Larder. Tune of the week. If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. By Roger Allen Wade. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.